So, hey guys, yeah, you know me, probably not in my first video already. I'm Stone Wolf. Okay, and today we have sort of like a budget kind of deck, but also not a budget deck. It's like optional. I'm gonna put the title as budget deck, budget vehicle deck, I guess you could say. This actually works really well. More stats at the end of the video, but just a caution, guys. The beginning bit, the first little land bit, it's really bad quality because the camera was on a really bad setting, and I can't be asked to do it. So literally 30 seconds this next bit is bad quality because of the camera, not me. It was a human error, not the camera error. I had on the wrong settings. I noticed afterwards, but it's only 30 seconds. I recorded a lot of like little clips, so enjoy it, I guess. And this is a little bit louder right now. Probably am because it's just been nudging against the mic. Anyway, guys, yeah, see you in about 10. I guess about 5 minutes. So yeah. Okay, for starting off here, we have 10 plains, 10 mountains, and 5 dual lands. Now, just dual land is so rare. You know, these can pretty much be anything. They don't need to be this rare dual land, but dual land. But you see where it splashes with blue and red. While this deck that you guys should be building is should be watching for now, is supposed to be a red white, but I do splash a Planewalker on there, so some of these dual decks I have blue, and those are literally only for the Planewalker, so I guess have a bunch of red and white dual lands, or just have double planes, but it's always good to have dual hands in the deck. Remember though, you can only have 4 of the same named dual lands, so I can only have 4 of them. In standard, which is this deck is 4. So getting straight into the artifacts here, we're running 4 Sky Skiffs. Pretty much just for like the early games. It's a cast for a 2, as you can see there. It's a 2/3, and if they get about Remorse, so like, you know, helps out the artifact when it's crewed, then it turns an artifact creature. Then it's pretty good because it helps out quite much. You know, and it's a 2/3 flyer for a 2, pretty much. As with this deck, you'll have creatures out by round 2, turn 2. Okay, and so go, and 2 ballista charges, balliston charges. I don't know how to ballista charges. I have to read it for the camera to show it. And 1 single copy of Demolition Stomper. You probably got that. It's got really shit focus. Pretty much just because it's cast for 5. Well, you cast it for 6, which is pretty hard to get in this deck. Not running that. I'm only running 25 lands, but still pretty hard to get out for this type of play. It's you crew it for a 5. It's really good, but you get it out. But you have to crew 2, maybe 3 vehicles to crew 2 or 3 things to get this into play. Or get it into a creature, I guess you could say. The good thing is with this charger is when it attacks, deals 1 damage to target creature play. This is really good against an aggro deck. Cast it for a 5, okay. 6/6, that's pretty good. Crew for a 3, that's pretty much this deck's flavour. And you deal 6 damage plus 7 is you want to, I guess. Only 2 of them in this deck, pretty much because you're going to get them out late game, and this deck's not really that good for late game. Pretty much those Sky Skiffs are pretty much your main source of attack, which worked out, because I'll tell you more stuff at the end, but it worked out pretty well. And running 3 copies of Aradana, I can't pronounce that, yeah, this card, Aradana Express, and 4 copies of Renegade Freighter. Sorry, my English is very shit, even though it's my main language. So yeah, so let's get with the Chiefs mana. So Renegade Freighter, it's a 3. It's a 2 to crew, and when it attacks, it gets +1/1 and trample. This trample is really good for this deck. It's only a 3, and it would be a 5/4 possibly higher term to how many things you recruit with. And Aradana Express, I'll just call that Express, okay, just for now. It's cast for a 5, which is again pretty late game, but it's a really good card with Menace. Menace. Sorry, I've the Madness. That's what I was thinking of. I don't read that well, especially when this doesn't focus that well, which is focusing well right now. But as soon as we move that, focuses up there. Move it back in. Actually, it still focuses. God, it's crew for a 4. It's an A6, which 4 is pretty hefty for this deck, but what you can do, I think. So we're going to spells right now. I'm not actually going to say anything or do anything because there's not that many spells. Just saying them. I'm going to show you them. So removal. This is pretty good to get to 2 spirits in the thingy, and I can put a thing on top of my graveyard thingy and a card on top of my graveyard. Pretty much do 2 removal and another technically removal. Oh, and that one, which is a pretty good one. I'm just sorting out the creatures. Okay, so onto the creatures. Pretty much quickly, the worst one in this deck is probably this one. It's a 2/2 for a 2. Avery Mechanic. When Avery Mechanic is in the battlefield, you may return another permanent you control to its owner's hand. So return a creature to your hand, pretty much. Not good for this deck, but it's pretty two blockers, and it's just for a 2/2, so can't argue with that. It has an ability that may help you out somehow. I don't know how. Maybe as a creature is, don't know, but maybe if you want to return a vehicle to your hand, if you want to turn something to your hand, then maybe this is the card for you, which I don't know why you'd want to do this in this entire deck. I pretty much just put it there because it's a dwarf. So yeah, and 3 copies of Depala Pilot Explorer. Pick it up. Okay, here, that. Okay, well, I'll just explain the card to you. So, when she's in the battlefield, other dwarves you control get +1/1. Each vehicle you control gets +1/1 as long as it's a creature. I don't want to read that entire text. Pretty much, tap her. When she gets tapped, you can pay X, you can pay X, and then search your library, or reveal the cards, X cards from your library, and all dwarves and vehicles go into your hand. And X is how much mana you tap. So you tap her, tap mana, so you tap 3 mana, you reveal 3, and then say they're all dwarves, then they go in your hand, or all vehicles. If they're not, they've got the bottom in any random order, so you shuffle them, go on the bottom. Pretty good card to play in this deck, especially if you're like low mana base. Because literally, this is the probably second higher, yeah, I think that's the highest costing mana card in this deck, except from the 6. The 6 is the highest costing, and that's literally 1, so it'd be 5. So around 5/4 is the highest, but these are 3 your highest for a creature. So I really like this one. 4 copies of Gear Shift Ace. Now Gear Shift Ace is a pretty cool. It's a 2 for a 2/1. Don't matter about that. It's got First Strike, which is pretty good. Whenever Gear Shift Ace crews a vehicle, that vehicle gains First Strike until end of turn. Really good. Really good for this big casting, really good for those little castings. Pretty much you want this card in your deck, and straight away afterwards 4 copies of Veteran Motorist. Now this has to be in a vehicle deck, like pretty much. So when a Veteran Motorist, that autofocus. When a Veteran Motorist enters the battlefield, scry 2. When a Veteran Motorist crews a vehicle, that vehicle gets +1/1 until end of turn. Really good dwarf right there. So I guess you're thinking like, wait, that's not 40 cards. Sorry, that's not 60 cards, which is standard deck. And my hand's here, by the way, not over fucking shadows. That's because you have 3 cards of your choice to add in this. That's you going for budget. If you're not going for budget, I recommend these 3 cards. These are what I run. So we'll go first with Sheely Wrath. I really can't pronounce her name. And pretty much +1, scry 1. Each opponent takes 1 damage. So pretty good. -2, sorry. Create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. That token gains haste and exile at the beginning of your next end step. -7 is search your library for up to 3 artifact cards with different names. Put them into the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Pretty good. Late game. Now this is a raid I really like for early game, or pretty much any type of the games. You're doing a shit ton of damage, and pretty much you can win with this one card. So Challenger of the Defense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she's a Challenger, obviously. Challenger. Depends people. So +1. Exile the top card of your library. You may play that card. If you don't, Challenger of Defense deals 2 damage to each opponent. Really good card. I don't ever use this one unless I really need mana. +1. Add 2 red. Add 2 red mana to your mana pool. Why was that really hard to say? I never really use this one as well. I pretty much never use this one. Challenger of Defense deals 4 damage to target creature. -3. That was that one. So -3, she deals 3 damage to target creature, which I guess is pretty good. And the autofocus is gone off, so I'll just shoot her face and I'll read it. So -7, you get an emblem with whenever you cast a spell, that emblem deals 5 damage to target creature or player. This is really good. Like, you can play 4 spells and you would just fucking thry your opponent. This would be really good in a game of Commander as well, which I don't know what Commander is pretty much set for. I don't actually play Commander myself, but that's a pretty good card. And this last one is pretty much just call over the Gatewatch, put a Planewalker in your hand from your library, then shuffle your library. Maybe not that one as much, but you definitely want to go higher budget. Get a Challenger of Defense, and as you want, she's not that high budget, but she's pretty high budget. My local game store is selling these for 15 quid, and these I've actually picked this one up for 6 quid, and I'm on the price on that. It's pretty cheap, I think, though. It's a rare, so maybe. She's a mythic, and so is she. So maybe high prices, but which one at my local game store is? It's Respawn Gaming. I'm not gonna say any more than that. So yeah, that was the red, white, half blue, and quarter blue, like microscopic splash, a little bit of blue deck, and I'm going to hop obviously back into that thingy thing now to explain it to you because camera's battery's running out, and tell you the details. So yeah, so that was the video. Hope you guys like it. Information wise, I've tested the deck a lot. I've actually played this deck for about a week or so now. Went to FNM with it. I got 3rd place actually. I went 2-1. So the one game is actually pretty funny because the one game I actually played of it. The first game. Alright, so my first game I lost. Second game I won. Third game I won. Third game I was actually going against my friend. So I played against him a lot, and I was like, yeah, I probably will win this. So I won it almost instantly. Pretty much sat around for like 10-15 minutes. We actually finished like 2 hours, like an hour and a half early. So yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, so the first game I actually had, well, the first FNM tournament game I ever had was pretty much so I cast a land, he cast a land, he cast another land. They were both, so sorry, I cast a plains. I think he cast like a plains or something. I cast like a forest, not a forest, a mountain. Yes, a mountain, or just like that in that not in that order, but maybe a reversed. And then I played a veteran motorist, scry 2. Then he played a veteran motorist and scry 2. Then I asked him, what deck are you running? He said Hot Wheels, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty much running the same deck. But he won because he had extremely powerful cards. Because he's pretty much like the best player there. Pretty much, he unboxes shit ton. He's a massive Magic player, and congrats to the guy. He made a really good deck. It thrashed the shit out of my deck. So I guess that was the video. If you guys like it, drop a like, subscribe, and you want to see more deck techs, drop a comment. Go follow me on Twitter, link in the description. Yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys later. There should be more videos coming out soon. I don't know what to do yet. Christmas time, there's gonna be a lot of unboxings, I believe, of booster boxes, and yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Bye.